Asha Sharma is taking her jobs making magic to the federal government. Bethesda workers are pissed about the Xbox layoffs. John Carmack weighs in on the layoffs at id Software, and Steam is somehow making more money than ever. Welcome back to Inside Games, the only gaming news show brave enough to congratulate Xbox executives on their promotions, while everyone else packs up their desks.
You love to see it. Meritocracy in action. If the American workforce is anything, it's fair. And it's a situation where an executive with a long track record of success gets another opportunity. You know what? Let's just get into the news. Let's kick off the news by throwing to the one Inside Game staffer that's packed his desk more than anyone else here, Brian Garr.
I wish you were kidding, but you probably aren't. All right, let's talk about Asha Sharma. Just days after she announced sweeping layoffs at Xbox, Sharma has been tapped to help advise the U.S. Federal Reserve on jobs. They want some of that Sharma magic over at the Federal Reserve. They announced the creation of 5 new task forces aimed at evaluating and improving its operations. Sounds like they're off to a great start. Sharma will co-lead the Productivity and Jobs Task Force, along with Stanford economics professor Charles I. Jones and tech investor Mark Andreessen. So real all-star lineup there.
Yeah, I was going to say the Avengers of layoffs. According to the Fed, the group will assess how emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence, are affecting productivity and employment with the goal of informing the central bank's policy decisions.
I wonder if they also get access to the H-1B visa stamp so they can just...
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Maybe they need to hire back up after laying off all those American workers. Who's to say? Anyway, the timing has, of course, already raised some eyebrows, including our own. Earlier this week, Sharma announced an Xbox quote-unquote reset that will eliminate roughly 3,200 jobs by the end of Microsoft's 2027 fiscal year. The restructuring also puts Xbox's 2 biggest businesses, Mojang and King, under Sharma's direct oversight.
In announcing the task forces, Federal Reserve Chairman Kevin Warsh said the Federal Reserve's commitment to price stability and maximum employment is unwavering, as is our resolve to pursue our mandate with rigor, which is really the most dryly hilarious statement you'll read all week.
Oh my gosh. Boy, oh boy. Warsh is off to a great start. He also added that the groups will examine whether the Fed's means and methods, analytical tools, and policy approaches can be improved upon as the U.S. economy continues to evolve. Evolve is the wrong word here, by the way. It's devolve as the U.S. economy continues to devolve. So we'll see if Warsh can do anything about it.
This is like at the end of a Resident Evil, when it's like they're evolving, but they're just turning into this pile of meat and teeth and claws. That's essentially what we're dealing with, yeah.
Yeah, Warsh's last name is the way my grandmother pronounces wash, too. I can't get over that. Gotta wash your clothes. All right, let's move on and talk more about the Xbox layoffs. Bethesda workers are pissed, and they are planning to take their frustration with the recent cuts to the streets next week.
One BGS, the Communications Workers of America affiliated union representing developers behind games like Fallout, Starfield, and The Elder Scrolls, announced it will hold, quote, Save Our Devs marches on July 15th outside Bethesda Studios in Montreal, Rockville, Maryland, Austin, and Dallas.
I know the adjacency of these headlines is already making the point, but the person getting appointed to a jobs council is being protested by unions for mass layoffs in the exact same week. Boy, you can't ask for better timing, huh? Yeah, in a statement, the union said, the company wants us to accept this as a done deal and quietly disappear. We won't let that happen. We need every single member visible and unified.
According to one BGS, 440 union jobs were eliminated across Bethesda and ZeniMax during this week's Xbox layoffs.
The broader cuts affected roughly 1,600 Xbox employees, and another 1,600 Xbox layoffs are expected over the next 12 months.
Like a real fun place to go to work every day, even if you made it through, sheesh. The planned marches come as Xbox unions continue pushing Microsoft to negotiate layoff terms for union members. Multiple unions have been in contract talks with the company for months, and union representatives have accused Xbox of stalling those discussions.
Earlier this week, one BGS employees also set up memorials for laid-off coworkers in office common areas, and HR, you might remember, told them to remove them because things are terrible.
Because things really, they're only there to defend the company, as we always talk about. HR is not there to help you. They're only there to defend the company.
All right, let's move on. John Carmack says Microsoft's massive Xbox layoff have left him disappointed. And of course, we're talking about the layoffs specifically at id Software in this context.
Yeah, this one stings. I'm still pissed. I'm trying to work on it though. The id Software co-founder shared his thoughts after Microsoft's latest restructuring hit the legendary Doom studio especially hard. According to an official WARN notice, 136 id Software employees were laid off, leaving just 49 employees from a team that reportedly had 185 people as of December.
That is crazy. Carmack wrote on X, quote, "I've been trying to find something meaningful to say about the id Software layoffs. My Microsoft will probably be a good steward of the brand statement isn't aging well."
Yeah. Despite that, Carmack said he doesn't believe the answer is as simple as blaming management. Come on, John. Sure it is. Just say it.
Spoken like a manager. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote, quote, "I'm saddened, but I can't muster anger or outrage over it. I don't have access to the books, but I suspect that id Software was a marginal business from Microsoft's perspective."
Sounds about right.
And yeah. One of those like, yeah, but what does saying it matter? Whatever.
Yeah, no, you're right. Carmack said successful games have to compete with every other form of entertainment for people's time and money. Adding, quote, "You can't rule out the possibility that executives are idiots, but that shouldn't be your default belief." I disagree. I think it should be your default belief.
100%. He also questioned whether different pricing, marketing, or development strategies could have significantly changed id's financial performance, ultimately concluding, "I really don't know."
Carmack ended on a hopeful note, though, writing, "The game isn't over yet, and I hope the studio rallies through."
I feel like John Romero had the better statement about the id layoffs. I'm just going to say it. I felt like it was more compassionate. I felt like it was more from the heart. Carmack's, and I know they're two very different personalities, but boy, that really showed through. And I don't know. I felt like Romero won this one.
What was Romero's statement, Brian?
He just said like he really like felt for everybody, and it helped. Like he kind of knew what it was like to leave it. And it was just a very like, I think we reported it the day that I think on yesterday's story about the id layoffs, but it was just very like heartfelt. And I feel like that's kind of what people want right now.
Well, Carmack is a robot. I mean, I've been to QuakeCon before and I've heard him talk for an hour and a half about jet propulsion just because of one question. So he's got a unique brain, and I'm not surprised that he applied some cold logic to this situation, because that's just how he's wired.
All right, let's talk about Steam. They just keep printing money. New estimates from Alinea Analytics say Valve's PC storefront generated $11.1 billion in sales the first half of this year. That would make it the company's most profitable 6-month stretch on record, if that is accurate.
That's a 14.5% increase over the first half of 2025. And it even tops the $10.3 billion Steam reportedly brought in during the second half of last year, despite that period including the holiday shopping season.
That's outrageous. Oh my God. I thought everything was doing bad, right? Well, according to Alinea, Steam's growth is being fueled by several trends, including a surge of players in China, higher game prices, yeah, we all knew that one, viral co-op games, and publishers getting better at selling older games from their back catalogs. By better, I think they mean charging higher prices. Because, yeah, I tried to buy Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Rockstar wants you to buy their remake package. It's only $60. So, yeah, I think that's more about market optimization.
The firm also noted that more publishers have returned to Steam kind of quietly after their own launcher strategies struggled because nobody wanted a million launchers on their desktop. That's why.
That's true. The platform's growth over the past decade has been dramatic, to say the least. Alinea estimates Steam generated just under $2.5 billion in the first half of 2017, meaning revenue has increased roughly 4.7 times since 2017.
Holy cow. And all they had to do was not fuck up. Man.
Yeah, I know.
The firm also says that Steam made more in the first 6 months of 2026 than it did during all of 2020. Oh, holy moly.
Yeah, the biggest new releases on Steam during the first half of the year, if you were wondering, Forza Horizon 6, Resident Evil Requiem, and Crimson Desert, each reportedly earning nearly $200 million.
But older games were an even bigger part of this story. Alinea says games released in 2026 accounted for just 21% of Steam's revenue this year, down from 27% for 2025 releases during the same period last year, and then 29% in 2024. So that means that the older games are the ones that are making up the majority of the sales.
I mean, I like it. I feel like as the years go by, currency is not as important being contemporary, because like a game that comes out this year is not so remarkably new and upgraded over one last year or even 4 years ago. So if you haven't played either game and one is $20 and the other one is 80, the trade-off gets pretty easy to see, especially when they're right next to each other. They're both going to perform about the same on your PC maybe. So yeah, PC is the best, and it's getting better and better, except for all the prices.
Yeah, like there's so like I haven't played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but I will eventually, and I'll get it like when it's $30 or whatever, and it's all ironed out. And like I can think of a million games like that. It's like they're on my wish list. I'll get to it at some point. So yeah. All right, let's do a 5-second review. This happened this morning. It's Duolingo chess. That's what I've been playing on.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's at least it's not just chess. You wrote in the script just chess, and I was like, chess? You're gonna review chess?
Hanging out in the parks, waiting for somebody to swing by.
Yeah, just playing Hustlers in the park and just losing all my Inside Games money. No, I was playing on my phone while I was on my morning walk, and I'm playing chess. And some guy, how when people do the bullshit move where they like bring their queen out way early and they just like start taking all your shit. And I was getting like furious on my walk, but I had like a few pieces left, so I gave him a pep talk. I was like, boys, we gotta go. We can't trade anymore. We gotta go in for the kill. And I fucking checkmated him. Did it. Yes. I'm gonna send the replay to Shookland and hopefully he could show it.
Boy, that's gonna be compelling footage, let me tell you. I can't wait. I'm so excited to watch it.
Aren't y'all happy y'all brought me on like this?
Let's move on to the games coming out this week. It's not chess. First up, Ascend to Zero. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to stop time? Ascend to Zero is a time-bending action roguelike where you can use your unique ability to freeze time and fight your way to the top. Comes to Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PC on July 13th.
Detopia. Step into the world of Detopia in this gentle-paced puzzle adventure. In Detopia, life is curated by artificial intelligence to maximize happiness. As the newest facilitator, it's up to you to solve puzzles to keep the Detopia residents happy and the facility running. It comes to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch 2, Switch, and the PC July 14th.
Urban Strife. I already like this one. Recruit deranged locals in your militia, ally local factions, and fight those you hate. Oh my goodness. All loot back and rebuild your shelter, doctor your wounds, and fix your guns. People need feeding, booze needs brewing, and there is an end of the world to enjoy. Urban Strife comes to PC on July 14th.
Jeez. Up next, The Mound Omen of Cthulhu, an up to 4-player co-op. Form a group of explorers searching for treasure. In this cursed jungle, danger is everywhere and monstrous creatures alter reality. Stay clear-headed and tame the jungle before it devours you. Comes to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on July 15th.
70s style robot anime Geppy X. This is a fully remastered 70s style super robot anime meets fast-paced arcade-style 2D side-scrolling shooter action. A Japanese cult classic, finally available worldwide, now in HD. It comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and the PC, July 16th.
Dead Weight. Face the ancient gods. Set the sails of your flying pirate ship and embark on a roguelite adventure in the steampunk world of Dead Weight. There it is. I was waiting for steampunk, yeah. Explore floating islands in search of loot. Choose a class and enjoy turn-based tactical combat on tiny battlefields where every step matters. Probably hot glue some gears to your top hat or something. Steampunk Deadweight comes to PC on July 16th.
And we're only halfway through, so here we go. Featherland. I don't know where Brian's getting these games. I'm going to be honest with you. Featherland is a cozy, idle-focused companion where your study and work sessions help a peaceful bird world grow. Hatch eggs, care for cute birds, unlock new biomes, decorate your scenes, and stay focused with productivity tools, calming music, and nature sounds. Comes to PC July 16th.
Heave Ho 2. Guys, get a grip. It's Heave Ho 2. The insane 2 to 4 player party game sequel takes the couch co-op mayhem online for the first time. Grab what you can and swing to win. It comes to the Switch 2, Switch, and PC July 16th.
Looking for Fail. It all starts with a strange voice message left by Fail, your roommate. Little by little, the apartment you thought you knew multiplies into a multifaceted maze filled with mysterious puzzles. Advance room by room, decipher the clues left behind, and embark on the adventure that has transformed your apartment into a surreal maze. Looking for Fail comes to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch and PC, July 16th.
Up next is Rail Estate. Outbid your rivals in auctions for key railway routes. Build and upgrade your tracks to dominate the rail economy. Compete to create the most profitable network, balancing speed, capacity, and maintenance in a dynamic simulation. Comes to PC July 16th.
And last, but certainly not least, it's the Mermaid Mask. An impossible locked-room murder. Captain Mortuga lies dead beside an ancient cauldron aboard the world's strangest submarine, crewed by sketchy suspects. A handcrafted point-and-click with sharp humor and tricky puzzles. It comes to the PS5, Switch 2 Switch, and the PC, July 16th.
That's a lot of games. Wow, okay. I guess we'll be playing those in 10 years or something when they're $3. Hey, thanks for watching Inside Games. Didn't even cost you $3 to watch this. Just a little bit of your time, and we appreciate that. It's our pleasure to install and service your gaming news for you. Keep it coming right along. And hey, shout outs to our Patreon supporters. We have a Patreon. We post everything we do there for free, so it's not just a ton of paywalled content. Even the memes are free, just giving them away. But yes, we have some supporters that kick a little money our way and keep the coffee in our cups regardless. So thank you very much, Sherwin Sanchez, Spirit Bear, Ati, James Breyer, and Jose Diaz for the support. Thank you for watching Inside Games Roundup. We'll see you next time on Inside Games.